everyone, I'm Michelle with Designs by JuJu, and welcome back to part 3 in our 6-part series of how to stitch the Molly Mine purse from Designs by JuJu. If you haven't already checked out our part 1 and part 2 video, make sure you do that before you watch this one. In today's tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how to stitch the handles that we stitched in our part 1 video, as well as how to stitch the cover and attach a page. If you remember, we stitched page 2 in our part 2 video. For today's tutorial, you will need the following supplies. Fabric cut according to the supply list listed within your PDF download. I'm going to be using the Essence collection from Riley Blake Designs. You will also need your purse handles that you have stitched previously, as well as your page 2. You will also need 2 layers of water-soluble stabilizer, the fabric type, loaded onto your 5x7 hoop. I'm going to be using Magic Melt water-soluble stabilizer from Designs by JuJu Plus. You will also need some embroidery thread as well as a coordinating bobbin. All right, so let me go ahead and clear away some of these supplies and we'll be ready to get started with some stitching. Just like our part 1 and part 2 tutorials, all of my stitching will be done off camera. I will be showing you every step of the way though, right here at my work table. If you need additional step-by-step pictures, again, make sure to reference the PDF that's included with your purchase, as it has numerous details and step-by-step pictures that will be helpful in making the Molly Mine purse. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and take my hoop over to my embroidery machine, and I'm going to run the first stitch, which is going to be the placement line for my handles. I've just run the placement line for my handles, so I'm going to go ahead and take one of the 2 handles that I have previously stitched, and I am going to line up the edges of these handles with the edge of this placement line. And as you can see, it should fit right in there like so. Next, I am going to take some paper medical tape, and I am just going to tape directly on top of those to secure the handle in place. As I've stated before, paper medical tape is perfect for embroidery projects because it will not gunk up your needle and it is easy to remove. So I'm going to go ahead and just position that like so, and I'm going to place my embroidery hoop back onto my machine and run the tack down stitch to secure my handle in place. I've just run the tack down to secure my handle in place, so now I can remove my tape. And I'm ready to load my hoop back onto my embroidery machine to run the placement line for my fabric. I've just run the placement stitch for my top fabric, so I'm going to go ahead and position that fabric directly on top of those placement stitches. And I'm going to load my hoop back onto my embroidery machine to run the tack down stitch for my top fabric. I've just run the tack down to secure my top fabric, so now using my curved tip applique scissors, I'm going to trim away the excess fabric just outside of the outer tack down stitches. Make sure when you get up here by the handles that you fold your fabric forward so that you don't accidentally cut your handle. Next, I am going to place my hoop back onto my embroidery machine and I'm ready to run the reinforcement stitching. Now is the time to go ahead and change to your coordinating bobbin thread. I've just run my reinforcement stitching around the entire back, so now I'm ready to go ahead and do my top flap fabric. So again, I'm going to run the placement stitch, tack down, and reinforcement stitch off camera. We'll check back in once that's complete. The next 2 stitch steps are the decorative stitching as well as some satin stitching, so I'm going to run those stitch steps off camera and we'll check back in once they're complete. I've just completed my detail stitching as well as my satin stitching along the top flap here. So the next stitch is going to be the placement, tack down, and satin stitch for the little fabric band that's going to go right here along the top. All right, the band is now complete. So the next 5 stitch steps are all going to be to add the little closure and hardware here. That's all detail stitching. So I'm going to run those stitches off camera and we'll check back in for the next steps. My decorative stitching is complete, so now I am ready to go ahead and run the placement, tack down, and satin stitch for my bow. Look how cute this front cover is looking. It's absolutely adorable. I just love it. Okay, so we are almost finished with the front cover. So now it is time to flip to the back side of our hoop, and you need to grab your page 2 that you should have already stitched. We are going to line up our page 2 with the outer edge here of our cover, like so. And you could either use some spray adhesive as long as it's a really good spray adhesive. I'm just going to secure it with some paper medical tape around the edges. And then you're going to carefully load your hoop back onto your embroidery machine to run the tack down stitch to secure your page 2 to your front cover. Make sure when you load this onto your hoop that page 2 does not wiggle around. After we run this next stitch, we'll check it and make sure it looks okay, and then we'll be ready to run our final satin stitching. Now is the time to change your top thread and your bobbin thread to the color that you plan to use for your cover. I'm going to be using that light pink that I have been using. I've just completed running the tack down stitch, so my backing is now secure. I'm ready to go ahead and place my hoop back onto my embroidery machine to run the final satin stitching all the way around the purse cover as well as page 2. Again, make sure to leave that coordinating bobbin thread so that it matches your front cover. And my stitching is complete. So here's my front cover with my handle and my page 2. And as you can see, I've got my coordinating bobbin thread all around. So now I'm ready to go ahead and remove my project from my hoop. And I'm going to trim away the excess water-soluble stabilizer. I've just trimmed away the excess stabilizer, so the final step is to go ahead and remove the excess water-soluble stabilizer along the edges of the purse. And you can either use like a little water tool like this, or you can use a Q-tip with some water, and you're just going to work your way around the edge, taking your time to remove all of this excess water-soluble stabilizer. And there we go. All of our excess stabilizer is removed, and look how cute our little purse cover and page 2 looks. You will follow these exact same steps of adding the pages on the back side for the remaining pages within your Molly Mine purse. You will also follow the exact same steps for adding a handle when you go to stitch the back cover. I hope you have enjoyed today's part 3 tutorial. Make sure to check the description box below for additional helpful links, as well as links to the part 1 and part 2 videos. Also, make sure to join the Designs by JuJu Blessings Facebook group for more tips, tricks, and inspiration. We hope to see you soon for parts 4, 5, and 6. Don't forget to subscribe. Happy stitching!